Hey techies, welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to see about strings. So if you are new to this playlist, so go and watch all of the previous videos so you won't get confused. So let us see. Before that, look at this login page. So in this we have to give the username and password here or else email address. So every single field that you type is a string. Okay, your tweets, your messages and your commands, all of them are strings. But in Java strings, they are not what they seem. They are not in the simple character sequences. In Java, they are immutable objects and they are stored in a string pool. So if you try to concatenate two strings, so what will happen is it will create new string and add it to store it in the same object. So in this video today we are going to master the Java strings. So let us dive on to the concepts. So in this video we are going to see about the string immutability and the string pool, how the string is storing, and where to choose StringBuffer, StringBuilder and strings. So, and one more thing is there, and if you want to check two strings are equal, there are some tricks there and it will make you to confuse over there. So we will going to see about how it works so you won't get confused using double equals or dot equals method. So let's move on to that concept. String is not a primitive data type. Okay, for example, so now let us see about strings. Okay, strings are nothing but the sequence of characters or numbers like this. For example, string 1 2 3 is also a string, and if you want a number into the string, it also can be string, but you have to enclose with double quotes. Okay, string is not a primitive data type like integer or character. Okay, it is an full-fledged object, and it is an instance of the java.lang package. It is inside the lang package and it have a class string. The properties of the strings are the string is immutable. It cannot be changed. Once it's created, its value never changes, and it is backed by the character array. That means, for example, if you are familiar with C, you will use character array to store the string. Same like that, the sequence of character will be stored internally like this. Private, we already seen about the final keyword that it cannot be changed after that character. So this is how it is internally works. This private is a access modifier. After that, if only we have permission, then only we can access this. That means within the same class we can access it. After that, this final keyword is used to make the string immutable. After that, this is how the string will be stored. That means the character will be stored internally in an array structure. So that means we can access the string using the index values like 0 or 1. Okay, now let us see the basic structure, how to declare a string. So for that, we know string. For example, I am giving name, that is the variable name. So I can give Alice. So this is how you will declare a string variable, that is data type, identifier, after that value. So this is way 1. And one more way is there, that is string. For example, let us take email here. After that, new string, let us take alice@gmail.com. This is one way of declaring variable, and this is another way of declaring the same string variables. Okay, so now you may ask, what is the difference between these two types? The both of them works, but the way one is used for the 95% of world usage, because it it is used for the memory optimization. There is a thing called string pool inside the heap area. This is heap area. Within that there is a space called string pool. Okay, now what happens? This string pool will store all the strings that we are giving, like hello, like world, and Alice. This is a single object, and it will store all the strings inside this string pool. But if you create using this new keyword that we already discussed about, that new keyword will create another object in the heap area. After that, it will store inside it. For example, another hello. So if you try to check these both are equals, it is wrong. It will always return false. Okay, so let me explain here once more again. That is, if you use normal string method, this will directly store in the string pool area. If you use new keyword, then it will create a new object and store it in the heap area outside of the string pool. Okay, for example, let us take one example. For that, I am taking string s1 equals hello. Then string s2 equals another same hello. Okay, these two are same strings, but I am storing in different variables. After that, another two variables, string s3 equals new string hello. String s4 equals new string hello. I have declared four variables, two in different ways and two in another different way. Okay, so let us try to check. For example, we know how to check an element using the comparison operator. For that, if s1 equals s2, that means I am checking these two, so it will return true. If we check s1 and s3, it will return false. Okay, let us check s1 equals s3, then that times it will return false. Why? Because it is in a string pool and this is in an object, so this will store the reference value of the string. So let us check s3 equals s4. So now you may think that we have created using the same method, so it will return true, but it's not. Instead, it will return false, because this time, let us draw it how it works. This is the heap area and this is string pool. So now what will happen? This s1, there is no hello there, so hello will be written here. This s1 will be pointed to this hello. So already s2 is there, hello is there, so this s2 also point to this hello. So both are equals. But if you create new object, it will create one object and write hello there and point to this address. So this s4 will create another new object and print hello. So these both values are different. That means the both address are different. So that time it will return false. So that's for we have created a method called dot equals. For example, if I use s1 dot equals s2, it will return true, because instead of I am checking to address, I am directly checking the value inside it. So if I check s1 dot equals s3, that means I am checking s1 with s3, then also it will return true. Okay, why? Because this s1 and s2 both point to the same string pool area within where the hello is stored. This will not store multiple times. Instead, if already this value is there, it will directly point to that. So it won't create any new values. So that's why it is memory optimized, but this new is not memory optimized. This S3 and S4 will create new objects in the heap area. After that, if you use double equals, it will check the memory address of the value. But if you use dot equals, then that time it will compare the actual character by the each characters. So the first rule for string is don't use double equals, instead use dot equals method. Okay, so if you use double equals, it will be a very disaster that it won't work perfectly. So when you write hello here, the Java virtual machine will check if the hello is already exists in the pool. If it is yes, that means it will returns the reference to the existing object. If not, it will create new object and adds to the pool. So let us try to run it on the compiler. So I am using IntelliJ for here today. So this is the main class. So within that, let us create some objects here. For that main function, we have to give array args. So we have created the main method here. After that, string s1 equals, I am giving it hello. Okay, I am giving another string s2 equals hello. Now we have created two strings. So let us try to check. Before that, I will create s3 and s4, new string. After that, string s4 equals new string. See here, there is a thing, it says original. That means it is creating a new object and storing in the heap area. So let us try to check all of this. So for that, system dot out dot println. Within that, let us say s1 equals s2. So I am giving some space here. So after that, within the bracket I am say s1 equals s2. So now we are checking these two functions. So again I am checking, but this time I am checking with s1 to s3. Okay. So now first let us check these two. That means s1 with s2 and s1 with s3. So let us run it. So s1 equals s2 is true and s1 equals s3 is false. Why? Because let us try to print s1 and s3. Okay. If you directly print, it will directly give the value. If you know, we have seen the array, it stores the reference value of the address. So that's how it works. So let us try to check s2 and s4, s3 and s4. So let's again we check s3 and s4. So here let us check here s3 and s4. Okay, we have created this new two strings. So let us try to check it again. Yeah, it's returning false here as well because both are different. So now Let us check it with dot equals s3 dot equals s4. So now let us run it. So it says it is true. So let us try here as well. Instead of here, I'll choose here s1 dot equals s3, because this is I am normally created and this is I am created using a new object. So let us try it. So it also returning true. So that means whenever we need to check, we have to use dot equals while comparing two strings. So let us see what is immutability in deep. In immutability means the strings cannot be changed after the creation. Okay, it is that not hard to change. It is physically impossible, because let us go to the whiteboard. So for example, if I create a new string, for example I am naming it as original equals hello. So it is a string. So we have to know one more method currently, that is concat. For example, I am storing another variable. For example, I am naming it as modify. So this original, I want to add another string, so I am using concatenation dot concat. I am giving some space and world. So now what happened? This is one string and this is a new string. That means this is the heap area. In this there is a string pool is there. Within this, first there will be hello string is there. After that, this hello world, that is new string, will be created. This will not be changed. This will be remain still, but a new string will be created. Okay. So for example, there are lot of methods is there. That is, one of them is, if you want to change this to uppercase, you can use dot to uppercase. If you use it, you can change this to uppercase. So let us try it. So here I'll remove this lines. So I'll just need one. So I am naming it as original. Okay, this is a string. So I am declaring another string. I just named it as modified. After that, I am adding a string. So that means nothing but the concatenation dot concat. I am giving word. See here, I am giving a extra space here, because space is also a string. If you don't give this space, it will, the hello and world will not be splitted with the space. We have to do it manually. So I am giving space. So let us try to print it once, so we will know. So within this, we will print modify. So let us print it. See here we have hello world, but without the space. So if you want to give space, we have to give space here. So if I run it, see we got hello world with the space in between the two words. Okay. So this is the basic string. So that means this will be remain same in the string pool, but we are creating a new string and storing in the heap area. Okay. So I'll comment this line. So after that, let us try to change the original keyword. Let us try to change the original string. This is the original keyword. So I try to change to uppercase. So see here, these are the methods. If I want to use this lowercase, that means it will change to lowercase. If I use to uppercase, that means it will become a uppercase. So let us try it. One more thing is that these methods are will be in this camel case. That means this first letter will be caps. In only it is small for the starting. Okay, so let us try to run it. Why? Because every class will be in capital letter when it starts. That's why we are doing it. So see here, it says result of string dot to uppercase is ignored because it will convert the characters to uppercase, but you can create a new method, but you can't change the current value. So let us try to print this original again. So I'll copy this printing. So I'll print it here. So I'll print original here. So let us try to check it. See here, it still prints the same value. It is not changing it to uppercase. But I have used this method, but it didn't change. So we can do one more thing. Instead of directly doing, I'll change the original value with the reassigning of this. I'm reassigning the value with the new keyword. So now what will happen? This original is storing hello here. So this will store this uppercase value. So let us try to run it. See here, now we are getting full and full caps. So what is happening is that, so see here, this is the heap area. So within that, let us take, this is the heap area and this is the string pool. So now let us see, in the string pool, this hello will be there. Okay. Now if you want to concat it, that means hello world, instead of changing this, it will create a new string. Same goes for the capital case, that means a capital hello will be created here. So now what's happening? First, original will be pointed to this string. This is the hello. So if I do original dot to uppercase, it will do nothing. So if I do original equals original dot to uppercase, so this time this pointer will be cut off and this will point to this hello string. This hello is newly created. This will be remains still in the string pool and it will not create any new string there. So that's why most of the time we will be using the string pool. That means we won't create new string object here. Instead of that, the string pool will be contain all of the strings. Okay. That is the every modification method, that is concatenation to uppercase and a substring, it will return a new brand new string object. That means the original will be remain same. Okay. So why does the Java do this? Because there are three reasons. There is first one is security. The strings are used for passwords, and URLs and file paths. So this immutability will prevent malicious modification after the validation. Okay, that's why we are using it, because the password can't be changed without the user's permission. So that's why this is immutable. So the URL will not change. So another one is thread safety. These immutable objects are inherently thread safe. There is no synchronization is needed. So that's why we are seeing this. So threading is nothing but one of the OOPS concept that Java is using. So we'll be seeing in the OOPS. So don't worry about that. So another thing is hash code caching. This hash code caches the result on the first call. That means this value will never changes. So the faster hash mapping. Hash mapping is nothing but it is pointing to something. So we will see the hash methods, that is hash maps and resets and queues. We will be seeing this. So that time we will be seeing this. For example, in a real world consequence, a string concatenation in loops creates memory leaks. So we will fix this with the StringBuilder next. Okay, so now we will see what are the common methods that will be practically using among solving the problems. So let us see 10 methods that you will be using daily. So the first one is .length. So this will return the character count. That means it will return the length of the string. So the second method is .charAt. Within this we are giving the index values. So if you do that, for example, let us take hello here, and if I use charAt of 3, the third index L will be printed. Okay, returns the character at the index. So the third one, so that is substring and starting to ending. This is the index, starting index, and we'll give ending index. So for example, substring is nothing but a string within a string. For example, hello is a string, and I can say that HELL is a substring, or H is a substring, HE is a substring, HEL is a substring, EL is a substring. Like that we can create multiple substrings within a string. Okay, so if you use this starting and ending, these are the both indexes, so it will return a substring of the current string. So we will see in the how it works in the compiler later. So before that we will see other methods. So now see here, this index .indexOf is a method. Within that you will give any character. For example, if I give E, it will return the index of the character that is present in the string. It will return the first index. That means there can be HE, LLE. Then that times it will return the first time E that it is encountering. Okay. So this index of will return the current string. You may ask what it will return if there is nothing present in that. For example, heights AM. So I want to search E there. So that time it will return -1. So the equals methods are there. That is dot equals and dot equals ignores case. Okay, this will check the both strings are equal. For example, hello and hello, both are equals. But if I try to check hello in the smaller and hello in the caps, then the time it will return false. But if I use ignore case, it will return true, because it will not take the uppercase or lowercase. Instead of that, it will directly check the character is there. After that, toUpperCase and toLowerCase. This will convert the string into uppercase and this will convert the string into lowercase. But you can't change the current string. Instead of that, you can store it in the same string, so it will change it. So after that, trim. So trim method is used for removing the leading and the trailing spaces. That means, for example, a string, there are 5 spaces here and hello and single space and world and with 5 spaces there. So in the string, it will remove the forward spaces and the backward spaces. In between will be remain there, but this forward spaces and backward spaces will be removed. So this is the trim is used for. So after that, replace old character with the new character. So if we use this, it will replace all of the old character with the new character of the occurrences. After that, split. For example, there is a string. For example, hello, comma, world. Okay. If I use split there, it will create an array. Okay. It will create an array and it will split where are the commas are present. For example, hello world and tech I give, it will create 3 strings and store it in the array. Hello, world and tech. So this is how it internally works. After that, the split is used to create an array in a string using any character. So after that, contains. So this can be contains any character sequence. For example, a substring. Okay. If this is exist in the current string, then it will return. For example, there is a string hello world, and I check the string dot contains world. Then the time it will returns true, because world is present in there. So let us try to compile it on the compiler for the every methods. So for example, I'll remove all of this, then I'll create a new string. For example, let us take it as text. So now hello. So for the trim, I'm giving some spaces before that. So I'm giving hello world here, and I'll give some commas here for the split operations. So I'm giving some trailing spaces as well. So I'm giving, I have created a string. So let us print system dot out dot println. Within that, let us take this length. The first method is length. So then text dot length. Okay. In the array, we won't using this curly braces. In array, we won't be using this parenthesis, because that is not a method, that is an inbuilt function for the array. So this is an inbuilt methods. For the inbuilt methods, we have to use parenthesis. So I have given this parenthesis for the string. So let us try to run it. So it should return the length is 18. That means it also counts spaces as the each strings. Okay. So first I'll comment it for my readability. So I give first one, that is length method. Okay. It will return the character count. So then there is a second method. The second method is charAt. So it will return the character at the index. So then let us try to print it. System dot out dot. Now after printing it, for example, I'm taking this first character. So here I can say that the character will be always starts from 0. So I choose text dot charAt of 0. Okay, and checking for the first index. So then I'll copy this and paste it here. So now I want to check for the last character. So we know that character of the last character is nothing but the length minus 1. So that means text dot length minus 1. So now we will get the last character. So let us run it. The first character is also a space and the last character is also a space. So I am giving 1 here and giving 2 here. So let us try to check. So it shows the first character is 1, the second character is 2. So now let us remove this because we have to check for that trimming. So that's why I am removing the spaces. So before that we'll just simply print the character here. So for that system dot out dot println. So let us say it as original string. After that text. Okay. So now we will see about the third one. So now third method is substring. Substring. So it will return the substring where we will giving the index of starting and ending. Start and end. Within this character we will give the input as index. So then so the main thing is this ending is the ending index is exclusive. That means it won't take it as the value. So let us try to print it here. So for example, system dot out dot println. So within this, I'll give substring of. I'm giving 217. Okay. So now let us check it. Text dot substring of 217. So let us run it. So we got See here, there are multiple spaces there. So first I'll remove this. So we'll count it. So let us run it again. So I give some space. So I'll run it. See here, H is 0, E is 1. So after the second one, that is inclusive. That means it is included in the area. So this is 2, 3, 4, the comma is 5. After that, the space is 6. So if I remove the space, we will get up to W. So see here, this is 0, 1, L is 2, and the another L is 3, and O is 4, and comma is 5, and the W is 6. So it is ended at the 6, it will not go to the 7. So if I give only starting point, that means I'll get the entire string. Okay. So now let us change this back, give some space here. So one space here. So that means the substring is, the ending is exclusive. That means it won't be included within the range of that. So this is how it's working for the substring. We are getting the string within the same string. So for the next one, that is indexOf. In this indexOf method, we will be giving the character or string inside it. So it will return the index. If not, it will return -1. Okay, it will return the index. If it is not present there, it will return -1. So let us try to print it. So system.out.println. So I can say that I'll check comma is where, which index the comma is present. So comma is in the index of, I can say text dot index of, I'll give comma there. So before that we have to give plus here. This plus is also a concatenation operator. If you use with integers or any operators, that will become addition. If you do it in string, it will become concatenation operator. So now let us check it. Before that, I'll run. So I got comma is in the index of 10. So let us check W there. So it should return around 12. So it is returning 12. So let us give some string here. World. Now also it is returning the starting index of the string. So here if I try to give this, when I am running it, it is returning -1 because there is exclamatory there, but there is no dollar symbol there. So that means this string is not present in this current string. So let us give comma there. So run it. So it will be returning 10. Okay, now we will see the fifth method. So the fifth method is equals, and equals ignores case. Okay, so let us run it. So system dot out dot println. So in here, so we'll check equals. So in this equals method, we'll check about hello. Okay, the string dot equals. I'll use capital hello here. So I have changed the first letter. Okay. So now I'm using equals ignore case. So here equals ignores case. So let us try here. Equals ignore case. So s will not be there. So the s will not be there. So within that we have to give the hello. So let us run it. Before that we have to give parenthesis here. So let us try to run it. So run it. So it says false and true because it is checking the exact string, but here it is checking for the it is ignoring the case and checking the string. For example, if I give hash here and hash here, it should return false. Both should return false. Yes, both are returning false here. So the thing is, it only ignores the case. That means this it is not case sensitive currently. This ignores case is not case sensitive, but this normal ignores method is case sensitive. So now we will see about uppercase and lowercase. So this method is toUpperCase and toLowerCase. We have already seen about this. That is system.out.println. So I'll name it as lower of hello. So let us check it. Text dot to lowercase of hello. Okay. I have to give. I'm just have to give hello here. Enclose with double quotes. So this is lowercase of hello and uppercase of small hello. So here I'll change this to hello. So here I'll change this to upper. Okay, let us try to run it. Lowercase of hello is this and uppercase of hello is this. Okay, we have changed this case of the string. So now we will see about the trim. So the seventh method is trim. So it should remove the trailing and the leading spaces. So now let us check system.out.println text dot. Okay, before that, first let us print the original string. and let us name this as trimmed string. Okay, now let us run it. See here, this is the original string with forward and trailing spaces, and this is the normal string, that is without any spaces leading and trailing. Okay, it is removing. See here, there are spaces here, but there is no spaces here. Okay, if I click here, the cursor goes there, and if I click there, the cursor goes there. That means there are spaces in the original string. So let us move on to the next method, that is replace. It will replace the old with the new. Okay, so let us print it. System dot out dot println. So now we can change replace small o to capital O. Okay, so after that we'll just text dot replace comma capital O. So this is the old character and this is the new character. So let us run it. So it says hello world. The O is changed. So I can say this to 2. So if I run it, so it changed the O to 2. So let us change back this. So I want this E to 3. Let us run it. Okay, hello world, but instead of E it is changed to 3. Okay, so let us change back this to O and small o. So after that we'll move on to the next method. So the next method is split character. Within that we have to give character here. So for example, I am creating a new string. I am naming it as CSV. So after that I'll give series of name Alice, comma, and Bob, comma, Tom. So see here, this is a string. So I'll create a string array. So to store that, so we have to create a string array. So for example, I'm giving name. So CSV dot split with comma. Okay. So here we have to give double quotes. Okay. So let us run it. It is stored in this array. So let us print these names. So we already know that the toString method system dot out dot println. Let us name it as names. After that, we know that java dot util dot arrays dot toString. This S has to be in capitals. So after that, I am giving the variable, that's the array variable, the names. So we have already imported this, so there is no need for this much. So simply remove this arrays dot toString. So this is enough. We don't need java dot util. So see here, the names are Alice, Bob, and Tom. it is splitted with this. So one more thing is there, if I give dot instead of comma here and give dot here and run it, see, it is empty array. It is not splitting the values. Okay, let us run it. See, it still shows empty array because in regex spaced characters, that is, the split uses regex to split, but if you use dot, we have to give double forward slash here, backward slash here. So if I run it, we will get the value. So only while using this dot, you have to use this backward slashes 2 times. So that time it will act as a dot to print it. So after that we will see the 10th method, that is contains. Within this we have to give the character sequence, or else we can also say that a string. So within that, system dot out dot println. So within that we have to check it is contains. So contains, I am checking world or not. World is contains or not. So here I'll just text dot contains. So we have to check world is present or not. So let's run it. So it says true because the string have world here. So if I give worlds, so let us run it. So it should return false. Yes, it is returning false. So we have seen about the basic methods that we will be using. So after that, let us see what is StringBuilder and a StringBuffer. Okay, those both provides mutable character sequences. The difference is that the StringBuilder is mutable and the StringBuffer is also mutable. After that, the StringBuilder is faster, but the StringBuffer is slower compared to that. So most of the time we will be using StringBuilder. So let us see the basic syntax of the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes. So for that, I will remove these methods. We don't need this. So now, first one is StringBuilder. For that, we have to import the StringBuilder class. So StringBuilder. After that, we have to create an object so that StringBuilder SB, I am naming it as SB. So if you want, you can name it anything. After that, new StringBuilder. Within that, I can give empty string or else any string. So I am creating a string hello. So if I want to add anything, that means I want to concatenate anything. So I can simply SB dot. I have to use append. Append means add at the end. So SB dot append. I'll just give space and add world. After that also I can give another append. And I can give exclamatory here. So now I have given this. So now let us try to print it. So I'll try to print SB. So now I run it. So I got hello world. So if I want to reverse this, I want to reverse a string, I can use inbuilt method in the string dot. So I can simply here dot reverse. So let us try to run it. So the string is reverse. Now when we will be using the StringBuffer and StringBuilder is, the StringBuffer will be used when we will be seeing about threads. When thread safety is required, that time we will be using string buffer. So I'll just give it how to use it. String buffer equals new string buffer. I'll create hello here. So let us try to print it. Before that, I'll add this world here. So after that, we have to put F here and end it. So now let us try to print it. Sys out. So within that, I'll give SBF. So let us try to run it. Here see, we got hello world here. So same works, but the difference in these two are the string buffer is we will be using when we need thread safety here. That means we will be decode it and run it in a small codes. And one more thing is that the string buffer is slower compared to this string builder. So most of the time we will be using string builder. So we have seen about the string builder. So we have seen how to reverse a string without using this dot reverse method. We have seen how to reverse a string with using string builder. You will create a string builder class. You will create a string builder class object. After that, you just need to give dot reverse here. So it will be reversed. For example, I'll create an empty string here, and before that I'll give string str equals, for example, reverse. So I will give like this. So let us check. I'll give the string within this parameters. So if I run it, I'll get hello. See, I get hello because this string is reversed and it will print hello. So this is how we will be using string builder to reverse a string. Now let us see how to reverse a string without using the string builders. First, I'll create a string equals. Let us take this same string hello in the reverse world. So now first we will see how to reverse it. After that we will see the logic. In this, I will create an empty string or else a string buffer that will store an empty string here. So now what I can do, I'll give the original string with some values like hello or something. So I can iterate through the string with the index values. So I'll iterate through this last character, and I'll add it this. So I will get O, after that L, another L, another E and H. That means I will iterate the string in backwards. After that I will add it in here. Okay. So now let us try in the compiler. So for that I'll get the length str.length. We got the length stored in the n variable. So then I'll create a string builder. I'm naming it as SB equals new string builder. So within this I will not give any values. So let us try. After that let us try to give an empty string test. So then we will iterate through the backwards. So for that, for int I equals, the last character is n-1. So I start from n-1. and n greater than or equal 0, that means the first element. After that, before that I have to give I here, then I minus minus. So we have to add it. So in the string builder we will be using append here, sb dot append string dot character at the index of I. So after that we will be printing the sb. So let us run it. So we have reversed the string hello. So let us give some values here. For example, if I give exclamatory here, I will get it first. So I got it. So let us try to give a normal string. So we will check it is working or not. Hello. So it's working. That means we have successfully reversing a string using a string builder. If you don't want to use a string builder, that means you can simply use another method, that is first create an empty string. String and name it as yes. After that I'll give empty string here. After that s equals, that means s plus equals string dot charAt of index of I. So within here we will be printing a normal string. So let us run it. So it is working perfectly. So if I give any words here, so let us run it. So it is being reversed. So this is how we will be reversing. Just like reversing an array, we will be iterate through the last index and add it. So we will be reversing a new string. So if we want to reverse the string without using the another string, that means we have to swap it, this character with this character. Okay, so let us try to do that. So here I'll start from the first index. So for that I am naming it as left pointer equals, it starts from 0. Then the right pointer, it starts from the last. That means n minus 1. N is nothing but the length of the string. So we got the length. So let us see the basics. For doing this, first we have to convert the string into array. After that, we have to swap the values. After that, we can make the string into array. Okay, before that we have to make it as a array. So for that we have to make a character array. So if you want to change the string into array, you have to use dot to char array. So it will convert the characters into elements that is stored in an array. So we have created an array here. So then I'll use while. So I can say left less than right. So within here I'll use a character and name it as temporary. So I'll store the left value. So after that this will become empty. So I'll store the right value here. So we have stored these two. So I'll store array of right with the temporary variable. We have swapped it. So now we'll move the left by 1 and reduce the right by 1. So we have done that. So now we have created an array and we have reversed it. So then the same string, but we have to create it to an array. So if I give a array with character array within a string, new string keyword, we'll get a string. So now we will print it. So if I print this, we will get the value. So the hello is being reversed. So this is same like the reversing an array, but we are converting the string to array. After that we are converting this array to string. So this is how we will be doing that. So now let us see one more problem, that is palindrome. So when a word, that is for example a word race car, if I reverse this race car, that means R A C E C A and R. See here, I got the same value, R to R, A C E C A R. Okay, that means I can say if I reverse a word and it will remains the same, that means it is a palindrome. So now let us see palindrome. So for that I will be removing this. So I'll use a scanner class here. So I create an object. So I created a scanner class object. So now I'll use a StringBuffer here to reverse it. So now I'll use a StringBuilder here to reverse it. So after I have reversed it, so now I have created a string. So after I have created the StringBuilder class object, so now let's get the input from the user. So string, I'm naming it as str equals scanner dot next line. So I'll make this line after this, so I can put this as an input. So I can directly use here. So I have reversed the string. So now let us check it. So for that, before doing that, it is a string builder. We have to convert it to string. Okay. So let us check if sb dot equals string. Okay. That means I can say it is a palindrome. Or else not a palindrome. See here, I am reversing. After that, I am checking it with the getter. We got the input. So now let us check it. So I will give input as race car. It says not a palindrome. Okay. Why? Because it is string builder. So for that, I will create a string. String s equals, or else we can directly check here by here and sb dot toString. I am converting it to string. So let us check it. So it says it's a palindrome now, because previously it was a string builder. Now it became a string. So we have converting it to a string. After that we are checking. So that's why make sure to convert it to string instead of it, because it is in a string builder class. We have to convert it to string to check if both are equal. So that's why make sure to convert it using toString method. So now we are getting race car here. So let us run it. So I'll give another input. For example, race. So it says it's a not palindrome. So now let us check a single word. It is a palindrome. And after that, palindrome. It's a palindrome. And if I give like this, it is not a palindrome. Because after reversing, this capital M will be in the last and the small m will be in the first. So it will not same. So you can use ignores case here. So if I give this, so if I run it, so if I give Madam here, so now we are getting it's a palindrome because it is ignoring the case and checking it. Okay, so this is how we will be checking for the palindrome. So now we will see how to count vowels. So first let us see what are the vowels. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U. That means if this any one of the character present in the string, I will count by 1. So it is a vowel, it is a vowel. These are all vowels. So for that, let us try to code here. So we got the input from here. After getting the input, I can do one more thing here. After getting the input, I declare a variable to count how many number of vowels are there. So I'll initialize with 0. So I'll start from the first index. I less than string dot length and I plus plus. So now I'll declare a character. For example, string dot charAt of I. So this variable will store the character that is in the current index. So it will start from 0 to n minus 1. So now if my character is A, or if my character is E, or if my character is I, or if my character is O, or if my character is U, then I can say count plus plus. I can increase the count by 1. After ending of the for loop, I can print the vowel count is count. So let us run it. So I am saying, so it says the vowel count is 4 because one E is there, another E is there, another E is there. There are 3 E's and 1 I. So there are total of 4 counts is there. So what if I give like this A, E, I, O, U. There are 5 here and A, E, I, O, U. So now let us enter it. It only count the first 5. So for that, you don't need to give another capital A character and capital A to U characters. Instead of that, I can convert this getting invert my input to lowercase. So now the string will be only in the lowercase. So if I run it, So I'll give AEIOU and AEIOU. So now we got the vowel count as 10. So that means now we can check both uppercase and lowercase. That means it will be defaultly converting every string to lowercase, so that we don't need to check anything. We don't need to check anything other than the small case characters. So we are checking for the 5 characters. So now let us move on to the next problem, that is counting words in a string. For example, I take hey techies, it is a string. So in the string there are 2 words. So if I say I am like this, in this there are 3 words. So we need to count how many words are present in this. So we can use, so now we will see how to do that. So let us move on to the compiler. So in here I will remove this. We got the string here. So there is few easy ways are there. So first I'll tell you one by one. So first I'll create a string array, and after that string dot split. So I have given space as the, so I have given the space as the splitting condition. So if the string have any spaces, so it will be splitted and stored in the array. So I can simply say that, my array dot length is the number of words that are present here. So I can say the number of words are, and after that the plus. So let us try to run this. So now the kingdom is fallen. So let us check it. There are 4 words. See, there are 4 words. So after that, see here we got 6 instead of 5 because I have given 2 spaces here. So there is an empty string is stored. So that is the only one problem with using split here. If I give within the double quotes, if I give double slash and s plus. So now if I try to run this, and if I give hello double space and world double space there. So now we only got 3, because if I give double slash and s plus, that means it will remove any number of spaces from 0 to infinite. That means if any number of spaces are in between that, it will remove completely those spaces. So that's why we will be using double backward slash plus s plus. So if you use this, there will be no spaces in between them. So we can check one more condition here, that is if we just run it and give enter, I got the number of words are 1, because this empty also counts as a string. So for that we have to check one condition here, that is if str.length is 0, I can print simply 0, or else I can do this. So if I run it and give enter here with empty space, we got 0 here, or else there are how many number of words it will print. So I'll give, so now let us check, there are 4 words with, even if you give, let us run it and I give hi and some amount of spaces and hello. So there are two words. If I remove this and give a single space, so if I run it, if I give the same input here, I got 9 words. So that's why you have to use double backward slash and s plus. So now it will remove any spaces in between this to split it. So now we will see how to convert lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. In the string, if I give small characters, it have to be converted into larger characters. In this, I can simply use dot to uppercase. So if I try to print it, string, so let us run it. So if I give all of them small, I got the capital value of string. So let us see how to print, how to convert smaller to capital value without using the inbuilt method. Okay. So now I remove this. So after that, there is a printing statement here. So I create an empty string and naming it as result. So give an empty string here. So I'll start from 0 to the length -1. That is length. So because if you are using less than or equals, you will be using -1 here. So there is no need for that right now. So I plus plus. So now I'll use a variable to store the current character. So string dot charAt of I. So we got storing a current character in a variable. If my character is greater than or equals currently and my character less than or equals small z. So it is in the range of small a to small z in the ASCII values. So now a have the ASCII value of 97 and capital A have the value of 65. So if I subtract both of this, so I get 32 here. So if I subtract 97 by 32, I'll get 65. That means if I subtract this ASCII value with 32, I'll get this. So if I subtract 98 by 32, I will get capital B. So what I have to do, I have to subtract this by 32. So now my current character equals, we have to use type conversion here, character of the current character minus 32. So we'll add it to the empty string. We have result in this short form. So res plus equals this. Then I'll print it result. Okay, now let us try to run this. So I'll give full of small characters. So it is converted to the uppercase. It is converted from lowercase to uppercase. So let us see another problem, that is removing all of the spaces from a string. Okay, for example, there is a program. For example, there is a string like Java is fun. There are spaces here. I don't want these spaces. Instead, I want like this. Okay. So for that, we are going to write a program here. Like same program, we are getting input from the user. After that, I am printing the whole string. Now, I created an empty string. So what I have to do is, I'll create a for loop here to iterate through the all characters, and it is less than string.length and I++. Have to initialize I here. So now I'll create a character variable to store it. So after creating this character value, so I need to check if there are any spaces. That means if the current character is not equals a space, I can add it to the result. Or else I will not add it. So I will print it. So if there are any spaces, I will remove it. That means I am giving not equals here. So that means if there are any spaces, it will not add to the current string. So let us run it. So I give Java is fun. Here this is the string we have given and this is the output we are getting. That means it will remove any spaces that is within the string. So let us find how to find the length of a string without using the dot length. Okay. For that I'll remove this. Remove these lines. So I am only getting input from the user. So now let us see how to do that. I'll use a counter. Okay, count equals 0. So I'm using a for loop here, for each loop here for character series in string dot to char array. Now it is converted into an array. So it is iterated through the every character in this. So now just count plus plus. So after that I'll be printing the count. Okay, my count is 0. I am converting the string into a character array. So I am using a for each loop. So it will go till the end. After that it will come out of that. So now I run it. If I give any values, for example, same Java, this one. So it says there are 11 characters. It will also include spaces here. Okay. So we have found the length of a string without using the dot length method. So we will see the frequency. Frequency is nothing but how many characters that are present in an array. Okay, from A to Z, a character is present how many times. So that is what we are going to see. So for that, we will be getting a string. After that, we will be getting a character, that is target, from the user. So st dot next line, or else we can use next dot charAt of 0. Okay, so we are getting the target there. So after getting the target, we have to use a counter to count how many times it is presenting. So we will iterate through this. So for, I can simply use for each loop. For that I have to convert it to character array. So to char array. Okay, if my character is equals the target, so I can increase the count by 1. So count plus plus. So after that, the frequency of the character, before that we can change this to the frequency of the target. The frequency of the target is the count. So let us run it. So I am giving a string. So I don't know how many times I have given you. So let us check it. So I am giving you here. So the frequency is 15 times. There are 15 U's present in this string. So we have found how many times it is working. So we have found how many times the target character is present in this. So we will see one more problem, that is anagram. So what is an anagram? First let us see that. Okay, for example, I take a word that is listen and another word silent. These two words are having the same number of words, that means the same number of characters, the exactly the same time. For example, one L is there, L is one for both. Okay, after that one I is present there and one S is there. After that one T is there, one E is there and one N is there. So both of them have the same frequency of characters. So if two strings have the same frequency of characters, I can say that is an anagram. So let us see how to do that. So for that we will try to code it. I have created a scanner class object. After that I want two strings. String 1 equals scanner dot next line. After that string 2 scanner dot next line. So now I get two strings from the user. So see here, I can say these both lengths are equal because it both have same number of characters. So that means it must be the length must be the same. So here both lengths are different, I can say this is not an anagram. Okay. So first I'll check not equals string 1 length is not equals string 2 length. So I can say it is not an anagram. Not an anagram. Or else I can check it. For that I want two character arrays. String 1 to string 1 dot two char array. Here C has to be in caps. So after that character array 2 equals string 2 dot character array. So I have converted two of them because there is listen and silent. If I sort both of them, so in an alphabetical order, that means I'll get E as the first character and E is the first character here. After that I and I. Okay, understood? After that L, S, T and N. So if I sort both of them, I'll get two character arrays like this. Okay, I'll get arrays like this. So if I sort it and add and convert into string, I can check it. So now I'll sort it. So for that arrays dot sort array 1 and arrays dot sort array 2. So I have sorted the first two arrays. So now I can check using equals method. There is a equals method likewise in the string. we can check in the array as well. So let us check it. So arrays dot equal I can check array 1 with array 2. Okay, both of them are equal. I can say it is an anagram. I can simply say anagram, anagram, or else not anagram. Okay, so let us run it and check it. So I give silent and listen. So it is an anagram. So if I give another words, for example A, so I give it in reverse, so it should return the same. So I will change the order as well. So it is an anagram. Okay, so let us give some random strings. So that's why we will know that if this is working or not. So not anagram. So we will give in a different length. For example, law. So it is not anagram. So now let me move on to the next question. So the next question is, so we will be seeing how to print each character in a word. So for that, first I'll remove this previous code. So I get the input from the user. So now first we'll be using a for loop. For I equals 0 and I less than n. So n is nothing but string dot length and I plus plus. So the string will goes until the end of the string. So after that we just need to print s of I. That is nothing but s dot charAt of I. S is string, so I name it according to this. So now let us print it. So now let us give some input here. The input is hello techies. So it's been printed in the next lines, each character and one by one. So now let us move on to the next question. In this question, what we are going to do is that we are going to separate the words. That is, so we will move on to the next question. In this question, I want to remove all the special characters. For that, I will get the input from the user, and after that, before that, first we will get the input from the user. For that, I am using a string variable to store it. So scanner dot next line. So I got the input from the user. So next I'll create one result string that will store the result. So in this string dot, I want to replace all the special characters. So I am going to use regex input. For that, use a square brackets. So if I want to remove A to Z and capital A to capital Z and 0 to 9. So I want all of these. So for that, I'll just give not inside it. So I want to replace it with empty string. So if I remove this not here, and if I try to run this, before that I'll print. So I'll print the result. Okay. If I run it, then I'll give some values here, some capital values and numbers, and after that some special characters like this. So if I run it, I will only get this I'll only get this special characters, because what I'm doing, I'm removing all of this from small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, and 0 to 9. So if I only want this, I can use simply not here. This is not. So if I use this, then I'm again giving some values. So hello, for that at, after that at some symbols, and E, after that some characters, L some characters, another L some characters, and some other characters. So now I can add some numbers, for example 007. So if I run it, I'll get only these numbers and the alphabets. Other than that, everything is nothing but a special characters. All of the special characters will be removed. That means it will be replaced with empty string, so it will be removed. So let us move on to the next question here. So for the next question, we are going to see about replacing the space with some hyphen. Okay, we are going to do the same thing, but instead of here, we can simply say that if there is any space, replace with hyphen. Okay, if I give any value like Java is full of fun, the space is changed with the hyphens. So let us try with some more spaces. Java so is fun. Okay, all the spaces are being replaced by the hyphens. So let us move on to the next question. So in this question, we will see how to remove duplicate characters. For example, if there is a word, like for example, if there is a word called programming, there are more than one M is there, and more than one G is there, and more than one R is there. So I want everything in a single time. So for that, we are going to write a program for that. So let me remove this command line. After that, I'll create an empty string to store it. So string result. I initialize with empty string. After that, so for I'm using for each loop, character ch in the string. Okay, we have to change it to char array. Now we got the every single characters in the loop. So we already see some of the methods there. So if my result is okay, result dot, I can use indexOf. So if the character is present, it will return the index. If not, it will return -1. So if the index of the current character is not present there in the string, okay, if you use -1, that means it is not present in the string. If my result doesn't have the current character in the string, so then that time I can add result plus equals character. So finally after this loop, I can print it. So I'm printing result. So let us run it. So here I'm giving programming. So I'm get programming, and the last one is removed because there is already a G here. So we'll do test with another program. Hello, there I am. Okay, in here the space is already readed, so that's why it is not adding these spaces. Okay, so let us move on to the next problems. So in this problem, we are going to see find the largest word in a string. Okay, for that I'll use one empty string. I'm naming it as largest. So I initialize with 0 because the empty size is 0. So for string word. Okay, so before that I want to create a string array. In this I am naming it as string words. So string words, I want to split it. String dot split. Okay, within that we have to give the parameters. I am giving space. So for string w in words. Okay, in this loop, if my word dot length is greater than the largest string dot length, that means my current word will be the largest word. Okay, now let us print it the largest. So now run it. So here, hi, hello, how are you, and some more words, America and Japan. So now let us check it. It is the largest word that is present in this current string. Okay, that's why it is being printed. So now let us check it with some more values. So for that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we got the largest value. So now let us move on to the next question, that is capitalize first letter of each word. That I want every first letter in a word to be in capitalized. So for that I'll get input from the user. So I'll remove this line. So I'm getting a string from the user. This is the parameter to split the words. So I'll create an empty string, empty string. So after that, for string w in words. Okay, for w in words, result plus equals. Okay, I'll name it as result here. So result plus, I want the first character to be in uppercase. So character dot toUpperCase of the first character. Okay, the first character. After that, I want the substring w dot substring of. We have already added the first index from 1, the beginning index, that means the next index. So after that, after every word I want a space. So now I can close it. So I'll print the result. So now let us run it. So in here I am info tech student. I want to study Java. So if I run it, see here I got all of them in the camel case. That is every first word in the uppercase. So this is how we will be doing this problem as well. So we will move on to some more problems. So now we will see one more problem, that is if a string is starts and ends with the same character. For example, let's take radar. In a radar, it starts with R and ends with R. Okay, so let us see. So for that, we can use simple words that if s dot charAt of, okay, first element, I'll name the string to s dot charAt of 0 equals s dot charAt of s dot length minus 1. This is how we will be finding the last element. So if this condition is true, just print true, or else print false. Okay, so let us check. So here radar is true, so Thanos, it is false. Okay, so let us move on with another some examples. So for that I am using some palindromes, because every palindrome starts and ends with the same character, and each character is a palindrome. So it is working. So because it is the starting and the ending of the string, so that's why it is working and returning the true. Okay, now let us see one more problem, that is reversing each word in a sentence. We have to reverse each word in a sentence. For that I'll get input from the user and we have to split the word by word. So I'm using an array words equals s dot split by spaces as the parameter. Okay, so now I want a empty string in the final, so result equals empty string. I initialize with empty string, so I am using for each loop for string w in words. Okay, first we have to reverse it. For that I will create one more string. So in this string we are going to reverse it. For that, for int I equals word dot length minus 1, I greater than or equals 0 and I minus minus. Reverse plus equals w dot charAt of I to reverse a word. After reversing every word, we have to add it to the result string. So result plus equals reverse, and I want some space because then only it will give some rich loop there. So now after every for loop, you just need to print it. So within that, I will have to print the result. Okay, what we are doing is we are getting the string as the input and splitting and storing it in an array. After that, we are iterating through every single word and reversing every word and adding it to the result string. So let us check it. So I give hello there. So the words are being reversed, but the structure is still remains same. That means we are not entirely reversing the string. Instead of that, we are reversing words in the string. So let us see how to find the ASCII value of ASCII value of every string. So most of them are struggling through that. So let us check it. So here we are getting the input from the user. After that, for I'm using for each loop. So s dot to char array. We are splitting it to char array. So here this CHA. So after that, we have to print it in each character. So for that, first the character, after the character I'll give some colon here. So after that, we'll convert the character into integer. Just see that. So let us run it. So I want A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, K, L, M. So after that, I'll just give some value and some special characters as well. So see here, small a for 97 and it goes on, and small z is 122 and a starts with 65 for the uppercase and it goes on, and exclamatory for 33 and modulus for 37 and open parenthesis for 40 and close parenthesis for 41. So if you want to check, we can check using this. So let us see some more problems here. So we will first check if a string contains digits or not. That means only digits. Okay. For that, I'll get input from the user a string. So after that, we'll iterate through every character. Character prefix in, we have to convert it to char array. So after converting, if I can say if any one of the string that is present in the string, if any one of the character that is present in the string is not a digit, that means not a digit like A or B or special characters, I can say it is false. So I am using a boolean value here, boolean. So I am using only is digit. Okay, is digit equals, I am using true here. So after that, character. So if it is digit, I will do nothing. Okay. So this is the method that it will check if the character is digit or not, or else we can use if C which is greater than or equals 0 and C which is less than or equals 9. So we can do this also, and we can simply print. For that, I'll change this is digit is false. We have to use not here. Not, that means if it is true, it will do this, but if it is not, it is false. So it will go into it. If it is false, not false will true, then it will go into the loop. After that, we can simply break here itself. We don't need to check anymore. So then we can print if, then that I can directly give is digit. If it is true, then we will print digit only, or else not only digits. Okay, so let us try to run this. It says digit only. After that, I'll run it and give some characters and digits and give enter. So it says not only digits. So let us try to add some spaces here. So it says not only digits. So that means it is working perfectly, that we are checking with this. If you don't want this, you can use character dot is digit. So it is checking the same thing, but we are doing with inbuilt method instead of using checking from character 0 to 9. So let us run it. So same numbers, it says digit only. Some numbers space numbers, it says not only digit. Both are same, but we are using different methods here. So that's it for the previous video. So we have seen about strings, string builders, and after that what is the difference between string and string buffer, string builder and string buffers. So we see how it works, and most of them will do some mistakes using double equals to check the string. So make sure to don't do that. Use dot equals method. So if you are new to this channel, make sure to check out this entire playlist so you won't get any confused. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So then only you can then only you will get notified whenever we post videos. So like, share and subscribe. If you have any doubts, comment it below. So we will be cover it within next video, or we will solve it. So keep going, keep growing.